screw this social experiment of getting me to help other people or be helped by other people or actually have to talk to someone. I'm doing this on my own. I bought a single player game.
Welcome back to Lara Croft is digging around in my tomb again. Once you get past the first layer of dirt, you'll find some gold. How are you
Oh,
doing?
I'm doing great. It's always amazing to me that sort of after the first game, really, she doesn't really go on any tombs. False
No, it's
advertisement.
more open levels, isn't it? Um,
Yeah.
so this week we're talking about masochism. Are you a masochist? Are you a sadist?
A bit of both. Bit of A, bit of column A, bit of column B. It depends how the mood takes me.
Yeah, first half of the week is one and second half of the week's the other.
Mm.
And we are talking about the times in gaming where we put ourselves through hell for whatever reason. The challenges, the hardships, the tears, the stiff thumbs, the whole cauldron of misery. So, do you want to go first?
I can because when you mentioned this, like at first, I started thinking, right, what? How have I been playing games? Said I'm only going to do this, and I couldn't think of many. And I think the reason was at first is because for so many years I was an achievement and a platinum hunter, and that inflicts rules on you anyway. Like you have to play the game in a certain way, or then you have to beat the game and then beat it on the hardest difficulty, or then you have to do Resident Evil. You have to do it with a knife only. They're already in there. So I think that's why I've not really thought about them. The immediate one that I thought of, but then I thought this isn't really. It's the one everyone does because you don't play the whole game like this. Well, I've never is when you're on Grand Theft Auto and you obey the rules of the road. Have you ever
Mm,
done that one where you're just
yes,
in the car and you think, I'm going to stop at the lights, I'm going to wait. Um, but I've never played the whole game like that.
it's too
And
boring.
well, it is. I honestly, I think I last about 30 seconds. I'll go, I'll see how long I can do it. And when you're sitting behind a car in traffic, you're thinking, what the frig am I doing? I'll be doing this in 10 minutes' time, going to pick the bairns up from school. And I'm simulating it now when I've got a pocket full of rocket launchers and grenades I could be having fun with. So I do that. Everyone does that one though, don't they? I think.
They do try it, yeah. I mean that you say, "Oh, I'm going to obey the rules for 5 seconds," and then fuck it, let's get out the rocket launcher and blow up a nun or something.
See, it's the two ends of the spectrum, isn't it? Because I do that because I would never use cheats on my actual save file. So you'd go on one, I would say, all right, I'm gonna obey the sort of the rules of the road, goody two shoes. And then the next time I come on and go, all right, I'm gonna cheat, get all the guns and stuff, go around, blow the shit out of everything, and then reload my save and actually play the game.
Mm.
Um, I love
I think
that
it's
big.
on I think it's on LA Noire where you can let your partner drive the car for you and you can just sit back and not do anything. And
Oh,
they
that's
they obey the rules of the road and
but
it's so boring.
the AI sometimes can't comprehend someone obeying the rules of the road, and they get like stuck at a junction or something because it's like, I don't know what to do here. That brought me back. When I played Grand Theft Auto at four, I think it was the second or third time. The first one where you could get in a taxi, but you could stay in the ride. You didn't have to skip to where you went. And I
Mm.
was like, I'm not gonna like fast travel anywhere. I'm just going to sit in the taxi and like drive over to the Middle Island, stuff like that. I remember I playing that for a bit like that, but then again, just like, oh, I can't do this. I can't do
N-
this. I just couldn't.
No, it's but again, is it that's not really a challenge, is it? I mean, you
No, no,
don't
no.
get anything for it.
So what I've been doing recently, and I have done it before, is things like Tomb Raider I mentioned on the last episode. I'll do no save runs. So it's like a
Mm.
permadeath run. So I'll say, right, I'm not gonna save the game at all, see how far I can get through it. Um I've enjoyed them, but I've never had the goal of right, I'm gonna finish the game. It's just let's see how far I can get. So it was fun, you know what I mean? Oh, I've got there, I'm done with it. And not like a speed run of I'll restart, I'll restart, I'll restart. I'm getting annoyed that I'm sort of getting a stupid death. So I think that would change it. And I think we'll find that out because talking of that on stream soon, I might have started already by this comes out. I am going to start playing Wolfenstein 2 and I am going to
Nice.
go for the hardest trophy on PlayStation, the Mine Lieben trophy,
You
which
won't
is,
enjoy it. You won't enjoy
uh,
it.
yeah, I will. That's fine.
No, you
I'll,
won't.
right, stop. Think about your journey with Dark Souls.
No,
Is
but
it? It's about the end. It's about that journey. It's about getting good. It's
But
not. It's
Wolfenstein on normal difficulty is impossible.
if for you,
They're
I
notoriously
am a god
difficult
for it.
games, and the difficulty settings, the crazy one is
It-
honestly, you're gonna hate it.
I know.
There's YouTube videos out there of people talking about this level of difficulty and saying that it's absolutely broken and you can
I
barely
will get it.
move three
I will get
paces
it.
without dying. So good
I will
luck.
get it.
That's all I'll say.
I will get it. I will be doing like I normally when I do these things, I just go at them blind, but I will be doing research and watching the strategies for each level. Because what I've heard is one of the most annoying things in that run is at the start, you're in a wheelchair and there's a lot of stuff going on, but it's not a cutscene. It's like
Mhm.
sort of in-game stuff, and it's about 10, 15 minutes and it's unskippable.
Yeah, it
And
is. Yeah.
so you die, you go back, you've got to watch that every single time. You can't just skip through. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm trying, you know what it is with my stream and stuff like that. I've always wanted to play Wolfenstein 2. I never played it as a trophy hunter because I thought that trophy's too hard. But I'm trying to think of things that people get invested in. It's nice every now and again playing a game and then experiencing the game together and stuff. But then if putting stakes on the line, people want to come in and watch because they want to say, will he do it? Or just want to see us crash out all the time. So we'll see that. And then the last one that I thought of was a game that I played. I mentioned a few episodes ago I'd been playing Death Stranding 2 and I wasn't enjoying it as much. And I've not picked it back up. But I can remember in Death Stranding, when you get all the devices, like the bike and stuff like that, I always told myself when I first got into an area, I was walking to the next like base to set it up before we did anything. Even when you unlocked sort of like trays where you could drag stuff along and like there was a bike that you could take off road and stuff like that. I was like, I'm gonna walk there and do have the challenge of getting there first and then start to build stuff and be like, feel like I've created this and I've made it easier to get to this point now, which is I think what the game is ultimately about, rather than just like, oh well, I've unlocked this stuff there, I'm just going to get there quick now. So I sort of said like not using that stuff. And again, when I play Death Stranding 2, and there are bikes and things like that everywhere, which is the reason I'm not the keenest on it. I refuse to use them. I'm like, I'm not using it. I'm doing it. Screw this social experiment of getting me to help other people or be helped by other people or actually have to talk to someone. I'm doing this on my own. I bought a single player game. Fuck you, society.
Well, you'll be wonderful when the apocalypse happens, won't you?
Yeah.
Can you spare
I'll,
some
I'll
water? No, fuck off.
no, I'll be great because everyone will be offering us what I'll be. No, I'm doing it on my own. Just there, it's about 6 stone wet through. I'm doing it on my own. You're gonna die. I don't care. At least I died on my own terms. I've never understood that.
Apocalypse? Apocalypse? Completed it, mate. Right.
Speed run it.
Fairly good masochism, I suppose. I mean for you, because as I say you're a platinum hunter, so
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I probably had stricter challenges with achievements and trophies like that I've
yeah.
had to do than the stuff I do that way.
Usually I don't put myself through that. I mean, I know I'm a Souls player, but all that sounds horrific. For me, I'm not a platinum hunter at all, but the only one that I really wanted to go for, and I actually did get it, was Cuphead, and Celeste as well. But Cuphead was the more challenging one, definitely, and not a crazy platinum run. You have to complete the game, and then you have to go through it again, and because each boss gives you a score.
Yeah,
You have to get like A, I think, on all of them. And then there's like little challenges throughout where I think when you're in the plane, you can shrink down to a tiny little cup head and you have to play the whole level like that against the boss. And
right,
it's like
okay.
half damage and you have to get really, really close to them. So if any attacks come, you have to be on point to get out the way. I think I put, I don't know, about 60 hours into Cuphead before I was able to platinum it. But I was very, very happy with that achievement. And I still really, really enjoy the game and that's what I always worry about with platinum hunting. I think if I play this game to death, where I honestly
Mhm.
can't do anything more with it, I'm gonna hate it because I've just
Yeah,
had too much of it. But with Cuphead, I didn't find that. So that was the first one, and it would be extremely out of character for me to not mention something Souls related. And I think one of the hardest things I've done in the Souls game is in Dark Souls 3 where one of the bosses is called the Twin Princes. And I thought that was the hardest boss out of all the Souls games, including Elden Ring and everything like that. Um, it's a boss where it's two brothers. One of them is very active and very fast, and then he carries his older brother on his back, basically doing all the work. It's a bit of a metaphor for this podcast, really, if you think about it. And the one on the back does a lot of magic spells. See you laughing. Um,
No comment.
but they teleport around the arena so quickly. Their attacks are crazy quick. And I think what's making it worse is Souls games have got a lot better with putting the checkpoint right outside the boss arena.
Hmm.
But back in Dark Souls days,
Oh,
they
yeah.
you had to have a good old run before you could get to the
Mm.
boss. And in Dark Souls 3, before the Twin Princes, there's this gigantic staircase, well, stairwell that you have to climb, which has got archers and people running towards you and like soldiers at the top with shields. And in the end, because you're dying so much to the boss, you just have to try and think of a path to just dodge past everyone and just get through it. Because even if you take a little bit of damage, you might as well just start it again because the Twin Princes is fucking unbelievably difficult. And it was one of those things where I must have died at least 50 times, and then I gave up and I was just like, no, I don't think I can do this. And I came back to it like a month later. You know that thing where you find something really difficult and then you just step away, you refresh your brain, you have a bit of a reboot, you jump back into it, and it's like 50% easier.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
And
you get rid of that mind fog. Yeah.
it was kind of like that, and getting through it. And then after the Twin Princes, I think it's the final boss after that, which is the Soul of Cinder. Piss easy after that one. So yeah,
But wait a minute, wait a minute. What was your self-inflicted challenge? That's
that
just a
was it.
hard, just beating the game. That's not an inflict. A
Well,
that's
it's
not a
self-inflicted
self-inflicted
in the
challenge.
sense that I decided to do it.
That's not what this is about. This is about when you give yourself a limitation that the game hasn't given. I thought you were going to tell us you beat it with one hand or on a banana or something.
Nah.
So you just come up with things that were hard. This
Well, I thought
isn't.
that's what I implied from your message that you sent me the other day.
It said self-inflicted challenges.
Well,
It just
self-inflicted is the sense of anything that I do is self-inflicted off the back of my decision. So, and it was my
I have this
decision.
all the time. I have this all the time.
Well,
Like,
I can quickly.
do I have to write what we're doing in the episode like I'm talking to a baby?
Yes. Well, I wouldn't do any.
So
I mean, the platinum thing was, yeah, all right. You don't have to do that. Fair enough. But you know what I'm like? I just like to get in and get out and then move on to the next one.
yeah.
Giggity.
So have you got any other things that aren't just hard bosses?
Jeff, I mean, if we've got a little bit longer, I can have a little bit of a think.
No, it's okay. I've got some comments from listeners who are obviously more tuned in to life than you because they understand what I meant when I said exactly what I meant.
Oh, you should get
Um,
him on the podcast. They could take over hosting.
yeah, definitely. Do you mean my job or your job? Your job.
My job.
Yeah, you host this like a pile of bricks in a washing machine. I find and like it's good to watch and amusing, but fuck me, something's gonna happen at some point, and you don't want to be standing near it.
Car crash entertainment
Mm.
at its
Anyway,
finest.
Relzy on TikTok said that he has done runs in Final Fantasy X where you can only choose one character. So obviously you normally have a team. He said the hardest one he's ever done is Waka from Final Fantasy X. I think he's done some on Final Fantasy VII as well, where that's the only character that he can use. And Raccoon Gamer mentioned something else similar to that and said playing Final Fantasy X with just one character, but he went to the extent of using a mod. So I think a lot of people do one character runs where they kill them and then they leave them like dead on the thing. But I think there's mods out there, so people actually inflicting this on to everyone else, and you just go through with one character, which obviously that those are the games where you play. If you're someone who's playing a game over and over again and you know it inside out, is that you have to be really skilled to do that. That's why we've never done it. But this one, what's your view on this one? This is from Leon, the 9V Retro Collective. Um, he said, in Skyrim, I only forge weapons from metals I've mined and melted into ingots, and you can't use mods. So he doesn't buy, he can't use mods, he can't buy, he doesn't steal anything. Everything that he owns is handcrafted and generally fun seeing a legit progression. So if you pick up I've not played Skyrim, so I'm assuming when you pick up like sort of materials, metals, things like that, to craft weapons, or like you pick up a weapon. He refuses to pick up any weapons or anything like that. He refuses to pick up any materials. He has to go mine the metal, turn it into an ingot, and then make the weapon himself. And he did that when he played through Skyrim. How
Effort.
that is a lot of effort, isn't it? And you probably do it, and it's like a basic sword or something like that. Again, that's going to be for a game that you absolutely adore, hasn't it? Like
I haven't
that to me sounds like hell.
I haven't played Skyrim, but that sounds absolutely like horrendous. Oh, I have actually thought of a couple.
Oh, go on then.
Shall I enlighten you? So back in the day when I was young and full of life and had a bit more positivity to my name, we used to play Tetris on our Game Boys. Do you ever do that thing where you close your eyes playing Tetris and see how far you can get before end of game?
No,
Okay.
like like I think a self-inflicted challenge of a blindfolded run is good. If you're playing a game that isn't complete random chance, there's no way. There's no skill involved in that. That's just a
Yeah. But you can mess around with it and see if you get any lines and stuff, and then you go against your mates and see how long you can last.
I hope no. Well, if you,
Self-inflicted.
yeah, okay. I think it's better than just this is a hard boss.
And I have got another one. I did have a go at trying to play Dark Souls without using the lock on target.
That's more what we're talking about, Boxy. Well
Yeah.
done. Welcome to the party.
But I didn't get very far with it, so I didn't think that was worth it, really.
When you see you didn't far, I didn't get that far. How long into the game did you get?
I think I got to like the Taurus Demon, which is like the first boss. Yeah, second boss, sorry. Yeah, not worth it. And very easy to just come out of. You just be like, I don't want to do this anymore. Just carry on playing Dark Souls normally.
So you only inflict a challenge if you can easily just completely turn on a dime.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, games are hard enough as they are. Why are we putting more pain to ourselves? Anyway,
Well,
that was good, wasn't it?
yeah,
So that
it was
was
good.
Lara Croft is digging around in my tomb again. Oh no, it's not gold, it's just a pile of shit.
But it would be prehistoric shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my shit. Right.
If you bag a big bag of T-Rex shit, if they can make dinosaurs out of a fucking mosquito, pile of dragon shit, dragon, pile of T-Rex shit, that'd be worth millions. So not
Yes,
that bad.
science is based off Jurassic Park, isn't it?
Well, no, because I said shit instead of.
But you're
Are
talking
you
about the
telling me? Are you telling
mosquitoes.
me that? Are you telling me in this day and age they couldn't re-bring dinosaurs back if I said there is some dinosaur shit?
There's literally like 8 films which illustrate why we shouldn't bring dinosaurs back.
That's fiction, though. There's films. There's a lot of films showing why we shouldn't use AI if we don't want the world to blow up. But you still do your trivia on it every single week. You know it is. When I'm standing next to a chain linked fence, grabbing onto it next to a play park, and I see a bomb goes off and it turns me into a skeleton, I think this was for Boxy's trivia. Was it worth it?
Absolutely. I'm
Okay.
going to go out listening to it.
There's worse things you could listen to.
Yeah. What would be your like song if you were like in a plane crash or something? What song would you put on the radio as you were going down?
I don't. Do I have to? I don't think I would. I don't think it'd be my first thought would be let's have a dance.
Not a dance, just a send off.
I'd probably put. Well, I was going to get deep. I'd probably put a song that would links to my family. I think.
Oh dear. Well,
Am, am I with?
this
Am I,
section
am I,
ended not how I expected.
well, you just said if you were about dying, will you want me to say something funny? "Staying Alive" by the Bee Gees. Is that what you
Yeah,
want?
that's more like it.
Oh,
Well, that
okay,
was
all right.
good. That was useless microtransactions Tomb Raider in my hole. We'll speak next time. See you later. Bye.
Bye.